Hi guys, it's Judith from Colored Pencil Tips and Resources. I'm the administrator of this group. Many of you know that, and if you don't because you've just joined, welcome to the group. You've chosen a really great active group. There are many members who post on a regular basis, and some that we may not see for a while, and then they come back and post again. A lot of activity on this group. Lots of great information. We have beginners. We have some who've yet to touch a colored pencil. They're just waiting for that right time. And then we have instructors and we have teachers, and we run the gamut of experience here. So my vision for this group was to have all different levels and someone to be able to ask a question and get an answer, and share and learn and teach and be inspired and give inspiration. And it's turning out to be all of those wonderful things. One of the biggest complaints that I hear about the group, though, is that it's hard to find things, or somebody might post a drawing and they don't get many comments on it because it gets pushed down the board. And that is because the group is so active. So just to explain, if you know how these groups work, then I'm sorry if this bores you. You probably don't even need to listen to it, then you know how the search features work. But for those of you who don't and just want to find out a little bit more about how to maneuver around the group and within the pages, then stick around, and I think you'll be you'll find this interesting, and you'll be able to find things a lot easier. So first I want to start by saying that when you put a post up in the group and it's an active day, and we might have maybe 20 people that are all posting at the same time. And if nobody comments on yours, for whatever reason, they're just posting their own things, or they see something that they comment on, then that post is going further down the wall. Now someone comes on and posts something new, right at the top of the discussion board, it drops down further, and it drops down further. Now, somebody is looking through the whole length of the wall, they spot your drawing, and they like it. Once they like it, it jumps back up to the top of the page, and now it's visible for everybody to see. So you might not have had any activity on it because there's so much activity that came after, and now it's back up in the forefront, and it might stay there all day because people will be commenting and liking it. And even if you get 10 more posts that come on, it starts to push down the wall a little further, all you need is one person to like it, or for you yourself to comment on someone's comment, and that pushes it back up to the top. So that's how that works. And one thing, you might go on the board and you'll start looking through, and you're like, oh, saw this, and you're just scrolling, and you think, well, I've just saw 20 posts, I've seen them all yesterday, so that must be it, there's nothing new. But as you can see, if something new got pushed to the bottom, and then old stuff got commented on, that moved up to the top. So there very well could be posts that you've missed or you haven't seen, that you just haven't made it far enough down the wall yet. And that's the problem with a very busy active group. Things can tend to get lost. If you know what that picture is that you saw and you wanted to comment on, you can go into the group search and go to the pictures. Once you find that picture, you click on it, it'll take you right back to that post again. So that's something that you need to know. Search our pictures, and then as soon as you click on it, you're right back in there on that post. The minute you comment, it'll throw that right back up to the top again. So searching through pictures is great. If you don't remember what conversation you were in, and you don't remember the picture that goes along with it, but you remember there was a specific keyword or something. Let's say it was some kind of a rare bird that somebody drew, and you knew the name of that. You could put that in the search bar, and then that will pop up as well. So I'm going to show you the searches in a minute too, because once you learn how to use the searches, it'll be very easy to find things like our other medium thread. That's a very popular thread. So many artists do so many other things that are not allowed to be posted on the main discussion wall. But in the other medium thread, we've had people who do paperwork, paper cutting, t-shirts, and just beads, jewelry. Somebody was doing ceramic jewelry for a while and using colored pencil, painting on them with colored pencil. And then of course all the amazing acrylics and oil and watercolor. There's just so much talent in this group. It just it boggles my mind, seriously. And I really love those other medium threads. They've been posted 4 or 5 times, and whenever you search for an other medium thread, you might get all of them. Our first one had over 500 comments on it. So they're very, very popular. We like to keep those going every so often. Tammy posted one yesterday, and last I looked, it was well over 100 comments already. So now, here's a perfect example of that. You want to post or view the other medium thread. Where is it? You're looking and you cannot find it anywhere. You go to the search box or the search emblem, and I'll show you that in a minute. When you click on that, type in the words other medium. Now that is going to bring up every post that has the words other medium in it. So you wouldn't want to put the word other, because anybody who used the word other in a post will show up. So you want to narrow it down as much as you can. Other medium, and now you will get our other medium posts from earlier days. You'll get the latest other medium post. You might get somebody saying, hey, we have another other medium post going, and that will show up too, because those two keywords will be highlighted, and you will see when you experiment and put those words in the search. Now we're going to have a critique thread. Against my better judgment, I'm going to run with it for a couple of days and see how it works out. Many of you wanted it, few people didn't, but there's a lot of baggage that goes along with that. Too many notifications, and what you can do is turn your notifications off. When you go to that post, you just, on the upper right hand corner is a little drop down arrow, and then you can just click that you want to turn notifications off on that post. But then you won't see things that come on that post, so you want to make sure it's something you really no longer want notifications for. But there's no reason to keep getting them if you don't want them. So that's another thing. If you post a drawing, don't forget, if you can no longer find it because it got pushed to the bottom, doesn't mean it's being ignored. It means it's so active at the moment that you might post something and 3 or 4 other people are posting at the same exact time. Remember, we have 3,200 members. Sure, we're all not posting at the same time or we just blow up the whole thread entirely, but it's very possible you could have 5, 10, even 20 people all in the group at the same time posting, and literally in 1 minute your post could be vanished. It doesn't mean it was deleted, it's just way down at the bottom of the wall. So now I want to show you a couple of things. The 2 views of the search bar. This is the view I took a picture of from. This is the search bar on the cell phone. See it right here. It says search, it has the little magnifying glass, it has the info column as well. When you click on this, that takes you into the files. From there you can view our pictures, our videos, our files, our copyright information. That will all be right here. And if you want to search for something, you click on this. Then it will open up another page, and on that other page at the top, the cursor will be flashing up there. You type in other medium, critiques, whatever the keyword is that you have in mind, and you will get them. You might get 5, 10, 15 posts with those keywords, but then you could just scroll and you can find it. If you know exactly what you want to say and post it exactly the same way, it should come up in post 1 or 2. Okay, so this is the cell phone view. This is the view from the laptop. Now, I did it in color also to show you, but I marked it up a little bit. But if you look here, there's more things. The cell phone view only has 4. This has 2, 4, 6 different things you can do. But when you click on info on the cell phone, it brings you to this list in a different format. But here it is, all open for you. Now, you don't see a word that says search. Many times I say, look under the banner picture for the search. This does not have the word search, but it has a search box. There's the little magnifying glass. So right in here you would type your words, other medium, or current tips, or critiques, or whatever it is you're searching for, you would just type in here. And then it would do the same thing. It would pull out those items for you. Now, I did them in color. I don't know that that matters so much, but you could see search box, laptop view, and then again, this is the phone view, search button, actual button, press that, or you can click here for the files to where this is the phone view. From here you can view our pictures. So they're slightly different, but the same end result. So now I want to go down to the computer and just show you a couple of things first. So bear with me while I turn this, and we'll drop down here. Don't mind the background mess. This is my studio, also playroom for the grandkids and various other things. Now I'm hoping you can see this, which, let me zoom out a little bit more. Okay, so right now we're on my laptop, so this is the laptop view. Now I typed in the word before, tips. Okay, now I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to narrate what's going on. I just did search. The first thing that comes up on here, it says, thanks for the ad, looking forward to reading all the tips. So this is a member that just joined, and they just used those words. They said thanks for the tips, or excuse me, looking forward to the tips. So that's why that came up first from the search. If I scroll down a little bit more, the next one is my link yesterday where I wrote a couple of hints on how to search this group. There is the word tips, and it's highlighted. So any post after this is going to have the highlighted word tips. Here's another one I posted yesterday. This says, I love this book so much, so many tips. Here is another word. These are many tips. Every word that is marked here, tips, is highlighted in blue because that's the key word that I put in the search box, tips. And here is something else from another member, tip. So every word where every post where the word tip was used will show. That's why if you were looking for this book here where I write so many tips, the first words are I love this book, so many tips. If you happen to remember that and you were to type in I love this book, that would probably be the first thing that pops up. So let's try it just for an example so you can see what I mean. Okay, I just typed in I love this book in the search bar. And there it is. First thing that popped up, I love this book. So anything else where it says I love this, or the words love and this, will come up next here, this book. I love book. It will pick I love this book first because that's the phrase, but then it will pick every word after that and just show you book, loves, this. That's why it's a really great idea if you know one or two of the words. Put it in here. And if this was the phone view, you would click on the little magnifying glass and it would give you a search bar at the top of your phone. And that's how you would do that. Now, click on photos. That brings you to all the photos in the group. This is every photo. If you go all the way to the bottom and let it keep loading, you will see the very, very first picture that I posted in here, and that was our banner post the day that I opened this group up. So every post is in here. Now, if you were looking at something yesterday, let's say you were looking at Georgie's beautiful bird, and you don't remember where you saw it, but oh, here's the picture. There's the bird. Click on it. And now it's opened, and here's the post. And you can see the original post, the latest post, and all the comments. And if this was Georgie wanting to put this right back up on top on the main wall, all she would have to do is comment or like, or what I like to refer to as a bump. And that's when you just write the word bump because you don't know what else to say, but you want to comment, so this goes to the front. That's why sometimes you'll see bump. Now, I have a comment that says bump. Sounds kind of silly, I know, but let's get out of it and let's refresh the page to the main discussion board. And there it is. The very first thing you see is Georgie's bird because we pretty much bumped it to the top. Now I'm going to show you that one more time for anybody who doesn't get that. I'm going to scroll further down here. Here is, excuse me. Okay, here is Mr. Mittens. Okay, Glenn West, adorable Mr. Mittens, who I've quickly fallen in love with. Click on it. There he is with his beautiful golden eyes. Now, let's say I want this back on the front of the page, or Glenn wants it on the front of the page, or whatever. You just comment on it, even if you don't want it on the front of the page, but you comment on it. Let's say, okay, hi, Mr. Mittens. Just make a comment. There we go. Now let's get out of this. Let's refresh the page. Just hit the discussion. And there he is. Now, what happened, this is a great example. Mr. Mittens came up second, but that's because This just happens to be another picture that Glenn drew, probably was just commented on at the same time and was a second faster than I can post. But that's why Mr. Mittens is back up here on the top again. Now, this will get pushed down with every post. It'll just keep going down, 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 and get buried and maybe never seen again until someone likes it, comments on it, or puts it back up to the top. So that's why sometimes posts go down. But you can always find them in the photos. Now, also within our photos, you can see we have videos. There's not many videos made, but there was a few. Tammy has her wonderful moose over here when she was doing a demonstration. And you click on that. Same thing will happen. It'll bring that video up. Oop, okay, let's see. Shh, quiet, Tammy. Okay, but you get the idea. So that's her video there now. And if I like it, let's say I just say nice, oops, sorry, nice video. There we go. I commented. This video has not been seen for quite a while. Refresh the page. And there it is, at the top of the page, ready to go again. So that's how that works. Photos and videos can be viewed and brought up, and you could find those threads at any point. And at any point, if you need your work back up to the top, just comment, locate it, and there it will go. Now, one more thing about the search box. Hashtags. That is something that a lot of people like to use, and I would say for every person that likes to use a hashtag, there are that many more that find them confusing, including myself sometimes. But the one reason why I don't particularly care for hashtags is you need to be 100% exact. Now, our latest Medium thread, Tammy set that one up for us, and it's hashtag other mediums. But the hashtag has a capital O and there's a number 4 at the end of it, which I had told her to add. But because it was all in one sentence, hashtag OTHER, medium, and then the number 4, if you do not put it in that way, it will not come up. However, if you're doing the hashtag and you're typing other medium, even if you don't get the hashtag right in this case, because the key word is other medium, you're still going to get it. Let's see. Okay, in this case, you did not. That's because I have the hashtag there. So my correction, I told you I get confused with hashtags sometimes also. But you need to be exact. If somebody hashtags something and you want to go to that item, you need to know exactly how they did it. But now, if we just type in other medium, even without the hashtag, you're going to get other medium. Oh, here we go, from Val. This is medium surface, and that's why one of those keywords showed up. So every word that is other and medium will show up, and somewhere down here you will, somewhere down here you will find the other medium threads. Here's more. There must be, you can't see it here, so let's expand this a little bit. Here we go. Other medium, other medium, other medium. I mentioned that 6 times here in this thread. That's why that showed up. Next, there's more. There's more, and here it is. Finally, the 4th or 5th one down is the hashtag other medium number 4. So you may not be able to find it as number 1 or number 2, but it will be there. If you type in other medium, even if you don't have it exact, it will show up, just not at the top. So everything that's been ever posted within this group that used the word other or medium will now be in that stream. So I think that's basically it on how to search. Search by other medium, search by the search box, search by the phone view, which again is that view right there where it says the word search. And if you check our photos, you can pull those up as well. And don't forget that if you're not seeing your post or there's something that you care to see, just look through the photos. Click on the photo and it'll bring it right back up to the top. If you have any questions, please post them under here. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And hopefully you can search this group a little bit better now. I'm going to do the April challenge, and it's going to be called April challenge, and it may have one more word in there. But at any time you need to see those rules, if you don't go to the file to find them, you just go to the search bar and type in April challenge, and it will be probably within your first 2 or 3 posts. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, hope this wasn't too long for you. I hope you found it somewhat educational and hope you could move around a little bit more. Thanks so much for being a member of this wonderful active group, and take care. Talk to you all soon.